This is Haystack Help Radio on KLZ 560. Haystack Help Radio is powered by HaystackHelp.com. Finding help can be like finding a needle in a haystack, but with HaystackHelp.com, finding the needle just got easier. Now, Haystack Help Radio with Scott Watley on KLZ 560.
This is Haystack Help Radio. Your Money Matters with Kurt Rogers and Affordable Interest Mortgage. And Kurt, you are the mortgage guy. So what is going on in the mortgage world?
Well, the feds keep raising the rates, but they're really not affecting 30-year fixed rates because when the feds raise the fed's fund rate, which raises prime, that's all for short term. Right now, we're not seeing that. The rates are still under 4% on a 30-year fixed, and it's kind of like everybody's getting spoiled with that. But they're probably going to change. Some of the regulation changes have just come out to where they're now raising the debt-to-income ratios because I believe Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac understand that rates are going to go up, and the ratios they had before would eliminate people from buying homes. So they've kind of raised those for that purpose.
Because they still want people out there buying homes.
Yep. We are at a 40-year low with home ownership in the United States. We're in the low 60s to where we're normally around 67, 68%.
Now, is that still partially because of what happened in '08? People are a little leery to get into the market?
That's part of it. But in Colorado, because we've got so many people moving in, they can't build the homes fast enough.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, and especially the $200,000, $250,000, $275,000 homes for the first-time home buyer, they're not there. There's not as many, which you need that support to make the rest of the economy work better and the other homes and the other people to make their jobs. So you're going to start to see, I think, probably by the end of the year, 30-year fixed rates going up, and it's not going to depend on the feds. They might move to 4 to 4.25, but I don't see them moving much more than that.
Okay, so I want to introduce our guest, Sheriff Tony Spurlock of Douglas County. Sheriff, welcome to Haystack Help Radio.
Thank you, and welcome, Jim.
So let's bring the mic up just a little bit. And we'll talk. There we go.
There we go.
We'll talk right into there. And but you're down in Douglas County. They are building houses like crazy.
When you were talking about houses that are available, they're in 2x4 form right now.
Exactly.
It's hard to find a house that stays on the market for any length of time.
Yeah.
In Douglas County, just because, Douglas County is a wonderful place to live, I think. And when you look at the growth, there are a lot of homes that are being built on places where we never thought that they would build.
Oh.
And then when you try to buy a house that's, that someone else is already in, they're not on the market for very long. I have some friends that are realtors, and they're like, this is the time to buy.
It is, you're seeing a lot of that. If the house has any kind of size or it's any kind of upgrades, they're going very quickly. There's normally a bidding war on them.
Right.
So, Kurt, now if somebody had bought a house, let's say, 10, 20 months ago, and they have a great rate, but let's say they still have mortgage insurance, is there something you can do for them on that? Actually,
we can. For example, if somebody bought a home 10, 20 months ago, and they got a rate of, let's say, 3.5%, the main reason you have mortgage insurance is you don't put 20% down. So if you got the 3.5% rate, that's a great rate. But when you factor in the mortgage insurance, that's not your real rate. What we're seeing people now is if you take a $300,000 loan with 3.5%, your mortgage insurance payment's going to be over $200 a month. Well, with home values going up, what we're seeing a lot of people do is they are refinancing out of that, and they might be paying just above 4%. And they might even be at 90% loan to value, but they have no mortgage insurance. So even though the rate may be higher, the payment's still less because of the mortgage insurance. And because the mortgage insurance is not tax deductible, but the interest rate is, it's actually a benefit. So you can save $100, $150 a month and get out of mortgage insurance, even if you got 3.5. And if you're paying more than 3.5 in mortgage insurance, you're spending a lot, too much money.
Yeah, that really adds up.
Yeah, because it gains you nothing. I mean, you got the house and you got into the house, which is great. But a lot of people that we deal with 6 months to a year afterwards, they're refinancing and getting out of the mortgage insurance.
So you can do it as quick as 6 months.
6 months.
That's great. And how much on average do you think that would save a person? A couple $100?
Right now, we're seeing anywhere from $200 to $250 a month.
Oh, that's a lot.
Just by eliminating the mortgage insurance. And part of that is in Douglas County. Home values, $400,000, $450,000. That mortgage insurance is considerable. And you can get rid of it.
And you see, if you have a lead foot like I do, and you're getting stopped all the time in Douglas County because you're speeding,
that's why we have Tony on the show
a month,
to help you out.
Go pay for your tickets.
At least one ticket.
At least.
At least
At
one.
least
for you,
one
Dan.
ticket. So how many tickets can you have in Douglas County before they just haul you away?
Oh, you can have a lot because
yeah.
a lot of them aren't even points. They'll just keep taking your money.
So it's just like this cash cow. We love the guys with the lead foots, right?
Well, that's why Tony's on the show, because he want to talk to you about one of
Oh,
your
does
tickets.
he? Does he? You see
That's why we ask him.
You see the key optical flying by.
Up close and personal.
Sorry.
Always in trouble. Always in trouble that way. So, anyway, so yeah, Kurt. So that sounds like a great deal on the mortgage insurance thing. So you really need to give Kurt a call. Kurt, what's your phone number?
720-895-0500.
And if they want to check you out online,
AImortgage.net.
all right, perfect. Alrighty, guys. So, I'm really excited to have Tony. We had Tony on Rush to Reason. I thought it was just a few weeks ago, but turned out a few months ago. I'm trying to get him on more often, and it's just exciting to have you on here, Tony. Because, we had the state trooper. What was his name? He just
Cody Donahue.
Cody Donahue, and now we've named a stretch of the highway down in Castle Rock
That's
after
correct.
him, correct? And our law enforcement people, sometimes, okay, so I'm like the guy driving, trying to avoid the cops because, I got a lead foot. I'll admit it, so it's just like, but the thing of it is that we really, especially here in Haystack, we really want to show our appreciation for what you guys do, because you guys really put your lives on the line for us every day, trying to keep Douglas County safe, trying to keep Colorado safe, trying to keep Castle Rock safe. And those are some of the things that we'd like to talk about today, is that we just want to show you our appreciation for everything that you do.
Sure, thanks. I appreciate that.
So, as Kurt, you got a lead off question there.
Well, one of my questions is, some people, and I happen to live across the street from a friend of both of ours, but what's the difference? Some people don't know the difference between a police chief and a sheriff.
I always immediately answer that question first, that all the sheriffs are much better looking.
There you go.
For sure, definitely. And I compare myself to like Jack Colley from Castle Rock. Totally, I'm way more handsome than he is. No, there's actually a statutory difference between the two of them. The sheriff is an elected official and work for all of the citizens of that county, in my case, Douglas County, and the police chief works for the mayor or the city manager, who works for the city council, who works for the people of that city. So there's that difference. And the sheriff has constitutional responsibilities, responsible for a jail, responsible for serving papers for the court in our civil division, responsible for Office of Emergency Management. Little known fact, the sheriff is the fire warden of the county. So I actually have firemen that work for me.
I didn't know that.
Fire warden.
Fire warden. And that's one of the reasons why I think my wife still likes me, is because she's quite fond of firemen. And
So's mine.
I don't know what the deal is.
She says she's
So is
never seen
mine.
an ugly
Oh my
fireman.
gosh.
Never seen an ugly
Never
fireman.
seen
that's
an ugly
right.
fireman.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I've got a real disadvantage. I got a fireman living next door to me.
Yeah, see, they're
Yeah,
always
it's
out
just-
there.
yeah, I know,
Just
right?
walking to work.
Oh,
it
and
draws
he's the guy that
cause.
showed up on the fireman's calendar too.
See,
I'm just telling you, it's
See,
bad.
so
That's why your wife doesn't want to move.
That's right.
you're never selling that house. Yeah,
No, ever.
that's right.
So your jurisdiction is different than the chief of police.
Exactly. My jurisdiction is the entire county, so I have joint jurisdiction in a municipality,
Right.
where the police departments have jurisdiction in their city limits. That's another difference between the two.
So how does that work? Okay, so I'm flying up Fifth Street and I see a sheriff's car come by. Can they give me a ticket too within the city limits?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
See, jurisdiction in the county means wherever you are in the county, they have jurisdiction.
okay. But that's my next question. So in other words, so even on city streets or whatever in the city of Castle Rock, you guys have jurisdiction in there as well. So it's like joint jurisdiction.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I gotta slow down. This could get to be
Twice
expensive.
as many cops looking for you.
I don't know.
And you need to with him. How many
Exactly.
officers do you have that are in the sheriff's department?
350.
Is it enough?
No. It never really is enough. We do a great job of serving the community. 300 and I think 50,000 people or something like that in the county. 335 or 50, and we serve them at about 0.67 officers per thousand. where the national average is 1. There's also a program of looking at unencumbered time for the officers. We're down around the 15-minute time, which means we only have 15 minutes per hour where we're not actually doing some official task. So there's a lot of work to be done, and a lot of it is because we've done a great job. I've worked for some great sheriffs. My past boss, Dave Weaver, I was his undersheriff. We put together a lot of programs that serve the community, and there's a lot of wonderful things that we do, and we embrace the community. Community helps us, and so that helps us as well. But eventually it catches up to you. The population surpasses what we're capable of doing, and then here we are, every year asking for resources and such. So, but we have some great, wonderful partnerships with municipalities. All 3 of the chiefs of police, we have lunch once a month, and just make sure that everybody's helping each other. So Jack and Dave and Kirk, we all work really well together. And so that is very, very important. We make sure that we work well together. Even with our friends at the Colorado State Patrol, we work with them as well on the freeways to make sure that we can share some burdens.
Now, you mentioned a while ago that your position is elected.
Yes.
So when you're elected, how long do you stay in office?
4-year terms and 2 terms of 4 in Douglas County.
So the most you can have is 2 terms of 4.
That's correct.
Then after that, you have to go be a flunky somewhere else, right?
I'm looking to work in a hardware store. Not that there's anything that I'm not saying.
Home Depot or something.
Yeah, something that's fun, where I can move some lumber and, try to be Tool Tom, Tony, or whatever it is,
Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
That guy. So, yeah, I get 2 terms, and it's a lot. It's a lot. There's working as an elected official, you work every day and 24 hours a day.
Yeah, you're not off.
No.
And the other thing of it is, too, is, and in politics, everybody's coming at you from every direction. It's people that like you or they don't like you, or, it's not just law enforcement. It's not like you're just a beat cop out there, just arresting the bad guy. You've got a lot of things. You've got a huge budget you take care of. You've got, you employ, like you said, 350 sheriffs. And I'm sure there's other staff in that as well.
Yeah, we have 500 full-time employees and 200 full-time volunteers, I call them. They actually work a lot. So 700 people I'm responsible.
So it's almost like you're the CEO of the law enforcement of Douglas County.
That's correct.
Yeah. A lot of hats.
Now, you've been an officer for how long, Tony?
37 years.
I got to ask you a quick question. Why? What caused you to become an officer?
It is the greatest job in the world.
With all the stuff that goes with it.
With all the stuff that goes with it. It is really the greatest job. And there's so many things. It's exciting. So you have that if you're an adrenaline junkie. It's fun, just to talk to people. And the standard answer always is with the youngsters, well, I want to help people. Well, sure, everybody wants to help people, but it's really fun to get into the mix of the world, and law enforcement is really there. We're at the edge of it. People come to us when they're in very terrible times and tragic times. People come to us when they're in wonderful, happy times. You get to be present, and paramedics do this all the time. We get to be present when babies are born because they call 911, and we happen to be the first one there.
Yep.
And all the other wonderful things in life. Obviously, there's tragedies and there's turmoil and there's difficulties, but I've always enjoyed it. I've never had a bad day. I always tell my kids that I've burdened them because I came home every day from work happy that I had a job and happy that I love my job.
Yes.
And most people, they're like, I just don't, I hate my job or whatever. I like my job, and I always tell them, if you don't like your job, don't do it.
And that's going to go to my next question. Of the 350 officers you have, how many of them do you sincerely think the same way or believe the same way?
Boy, I want to believe every one of them.
Right.
I would give a percentage at 99.9 of them.
Yeah.
They love their job.
Okay, and that is Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock, and you're listening to Your Money Matters on Haystack Help Radio with Kurt Rogers. And you can find Kurt by going to 720-895-0500 or aimortgage.net. I'm Dan Muir in for Scott Watley. We'll be right back.
What could you do with an extra $500, $1,000, or even $1,500 per month? How would that change things for you? Would you buy a new car, pay off bills, or just feel a bit more secure about your retirement? What if I told you there's a way to make your dreams a reality? I'm talking about trading and investing in the market. Now, before you say, oh, that's not for me, just hear me out. I want to invite you to a half-day trading course so you can check this out. I promise you, you'll go away smarter than when you came in. We here at Online Trading Academy sponsor this, and we'll even send you home with a free home study video guide. Your money's doing nothing for you in a CD or mutual fund. Learn how to profit when the market's up or down. Call us now while seats are still available at 303-325-2776. Use offer code radio50. 303-325-2776. That's 303-325-2776.
Affordable interest mortgage still has rates in the mid-threes. Do that upgrade that you've been putting off, or pay off that high interest rate debt, or just get ready for the holidays. Purchase your next home with only 2% down and no mortgage insurance. Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. We all know rates are going to go up, so why keep putting it off when you can borrow money in the threes? Do you know paying mortgage insurance is like adding 1.5% to your current rate without the tax deduction? Why? Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Call now and find out how to pay off your home faster, save over $100,000 in excess interest that you get to keep, all without changing one penny of your spending habits. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. VA loans to 100% with cash out in the low threes. We've been serving Colorado since 2001. Where it's all about you is not just our motto, it's who we are. Get the respect you deserve. Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. NMLS 298191, regulated by DORA, equal credit lender.
November is Senior Pets Month at Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center. Hi, this is Scott Watley, your host of Haystack Help Radio. Did you know that if your dog or cat is 7 years old, your pet is a senior citizen? All through November, bring your senior pet in for their annual or semi-annual exam and receive $25 off of a senior pet blood panel, and you'll receive an entry for your chance to win a fabulous senior pet gift basket. Senior dogs and cats are at risk for many of the same illnesses and conditions that affect older humans, such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer, arthritis, dental disease, vision, and hearing loss. Call 303-708-8050 and schedule your senior pet for their exam now. That's 303-708-8050. Help your pet live a long and happy life. Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center is located at 8681 East Lincoln Avenue. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. At Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center, they believe that all pets deserve a good life. 303-708-8050 or visit them at LoneTreeVet.com.
Snow's coming, and at Lynn Lyle Chevrolet, we have over 150 pre-owned trucks and SUVs on sale right now. We made a special purchase and will wholesale to the public. 4x4 starting at just $59.95, so come visit us. Lynn Lyle Chevrolet, I-225 in East Colfax, or on the web at LynnLyleChevy.com.
Rush to Reason with John Rush, weekdays from 3 to 7 on KLZ 560.
And welcome back to Haystack Help Radio. Dan Muir in for Scott Watley. Right now, this is Your Money Matters with the owner of Affordable Interest Mortgage, Mr. Kurt Rogers.
Another beautiful day in Colorado.
It is. You know, this is why we all live here. This is why we all pay the extra, pricing for housing, because it's great here.
It's days like this to remind you that January 5th only comes one day out of the year.
That's right. That's exactly right.
When you get to January 5th, say, okay, wait a minute, I had all of August. I'm okay.
That's exactly right. And our guest for the hour is Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock, and we're discussing things that sheriffs do and what goes on in the sheriff's department. Kurt, did you have a question? Because I've got one if you don't.
I actually have a question for you. In your few days that you've been a police officer, in the training, what's changed in the last 5 years on how officers are trained and how they come into the force?
The significant amount of training has changed. The number one really injury causing issue or death causing issue in law enforcement is automobiles. The second one is obviously gunfire, but automobiles and training how to properly drive a car. And the cockpit of a police car now is completely different than 5 years ago and 10 years ago and 15 years ago. Technology has taken over everything. So we have a computer, we have multiple cameras, we have multiple recording devices, and all those things need to be, the cops need to be trained on those. And so all of those things have really made a huge difference, supposedly to help us, provide a service better for our community. I'm old school, so I like to get out of my car and talk to folks and shake their hands and see how we can help them. But a lot of the community is driven towards the internet, and they want to do internet police reports. They want to give a complaint on the internet, and a lot of those things are then generated and transferred to the cockpit of the police car and through our computers. And so there's a lot of things that have changed then, but a lot of things have stayed the same too. We still do the exact same training in regards to our firearms and training in our self-defense, but also just dealing with people, trying to find ways to deal with people. We've had an increase in mental health issues in this country, and it doesn't matter where you live, it's going to affect you. And we never had tasers in my day, in the young days, and now that's a less lethal weapon. I believe it's a lifesaver. I think law enforcement have been encountering subjects with weapons, knives, sharp objects, those things, and they can eliminate the situation with other types of tools that we have now that are not life-threatening. So there's a lot of different training that is taking place, and just things of trends. We hardly ever use pepper spray anymore because it's just not effective, because we transitioned to tasers.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of different things.
It diffuses the situation quicker.
Yes.
Makes it easier.
I've been trying to get Dan to take a ride on the Lightning.
Yeah.
I've invited him
to ride on the Lightning. No,
we should use Dan as practice to see how well they really work.
Well, and get an opinion from it.
Yeah, I'd like to see
There we
that.
go. I've invited him out to the range. He never shows up.
No,
I'm
kind of busy that day. Sure,
I got 2 shows to cover.
Exactly right. So Douglas County sits in a unique situation. So we're in the kind of the corridor, so to speak. I mean, anything south of Denver comes through Douglas County. So you must get a lot of interesting traffic coming through the county.
We do. We are situated between the 2 largest municipalities in the state of Colorado Springs and the metro area of Denver. And so if you're going to go to either one of those, you're going to have to go through Douglas County on one of the 3 major corridors that go north and south. And so not only do we see a lot, but we have a lot of population that are just moving through the county. Lots of traffic, lots of things that occur. But there's a lot of, if you think about all the other stuff, there's the train tracks, the north-south train tracks from Burlington Northern, haul a lot of coal, haul a lot of other product in and out of the metro area. But at the freeway, I-25 does the same thing. We have a lot of truck traffic that moves America through Douglas County.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of it.
But you can also get a lot of illegal traffic coming through, too, whether it be drugs or people or things like that. And sometimes you may have to, act on that.
We do. Obviously, with the corridor of I-25, you're going to get a lot of marijuana traffic. Unfortunately, human traffic comes through. Those things are issues that we've always had to deal with. We work very closely with Colorado State Patrol, my office, the municipalities that are on the freeway, the federal government, to work with each other to say, how are we going to handle these kind of cases? Obviously, drug trafficking, drug corridors are huge, and I-25 is one of them. Same thing with human trafficking, always trying to look at finding ways to interrupt those enterprises because they have to get to the 3 million people that are in Denver.
Yep. And there's a lot more human trafficking going on than what we realize, isn't there?
There is, unfortunately. I sit on the Colorado Human Trafficking Board, and we do a lot of training and evaluation on how we can interrupt that, how we can provide resources to the survivors afterwards, but also how do we interrupt it coming through, because it's labor trade and unfortunately it's sex trade, and those are the 2 major things. When you talk about good things that make you feel good as a police officer is when you can interrupt one of those and you save some people from having some tragedies occurred, either continuing to their life or happening, is very powerful. And when you can interrupt a labor trade issue with people being ripped off, and a lot of the sheriffs on the western slope and south, they do a lot of that work that no one ever hears about, and they're saving lots of lives and saving a lot of people.
Yeah, because whether you're the illegal labor trade or the sex industry, the illegal sex industry, you're being exploited. And and sometimes they don't even know they're being exploited because of, whatever the coyotes are telling them, or whatever the handler of the sex trade person has brainwashed them to the point. So I suppose you deal with some really serious situations.
Yeah, and it's complicated, and it's very sad, and it's difficult because you're dealing with human nature. You're dealing with people that have been manipulated, and folks that are in the need of some. I mean, a lot of people come to this country. I'm thankful that immigrants came to this country because I'm a product of that. A lot of people come here to make their world a better place.
Absolutely.
And so, but when they're duped by people to get over here illegally and then held here illegally, it totally interrupts their ability to actually come to this country legally. And so, interrupting that trade is so important because it does set back the folks that want to come and do it legally.
Yeah, well, we saw what happened in Texas. I think it was last week where the 9 people had died in the back of the tractor trailer. Have you ever had a situation where you had a bunch of people in a truck like that or anything like that happen in Douglas County?
We have in the past interrupted transportation. Not that many people. Usually they're in vans or in like moving vehicles, smaller.
Like a small U-Haul or something.
Yeah. And we've worked cases on the freeway with those in the past, and they're a tragedy because they're afraid of everything now.
Oh yeah,
they're afraid of the police. They're afraid of who brought them over here. They don't know where they're at.
Yeah, but that's even got to be somewhat unnerving for you. You open up a truck thinking you're going to see household goods, and then there's a bunch of people in there.
Right. Well,
that's got to be kind of scary.
I can imagine for the officers that engage that. But again, it's one of those kinds of things where it's tense, but it's also that euphoric feeling of, boy, I just saved these people from unknown tragedy. And so you get to help them.
That's the good part about it.
Yeah, it really is. With as much of this going on, do you guys take special training on how to handle these kinds of situations, or is it just kind of, on-the-job training?
No, we do, and that's part of what this task force that I sit on does. We developed a training material that goes out to all law enforcement in the state of Colorado to how to look for, how to deal with, and then how to provide services after the fact.
Now, one of the questions comments you had made earlier, you have a lot of different community things you do. Do you have any kind of special partnerships or different partnerships with different police departments throughout the city? And if so, do you guys work together in different things that you're trying to do?
We do. One of the things that we do here in Douglas County is we have what's called street crimes or an impact team. And that consists of officers from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, Lone Tree, Parker, and Castle Rock Police Departments. Mm-hmm. And they're in a special detective unit that just work on pattern criminal behavior. And so it could be a number of anything that could happen at any time. Currently, right now, we have a lot of auto theft going on in Douglas County.
Yep.
And so they're really on top of that. If we have a spree of armed robberies, they would convert to that.
They're communicating with each other, kind of passing the information on because Douglas County is so big.
Right. But actually, these guys all work together in the same unit. So what I do is the chiefs of police give those officers to this same unit. I swear them in as deputies so they can go anywhere in the county. And then if the city of Castle Rock, Jack Colley has a need for that, in which he has recently, for some auto thefts and things, those detectives get assigned to those cases and they work them. And we work them collectively for the city of Castle Rock. So it's a force multiplier that helps everyone. And so everyone puts into it. It's been very, very successful. They have a very high arrest rate, very high case clearance rate.
Okay, and that voice you're hearing is the sheriff of Douglas County, Tony Spurlock, and he's our guest for the hour. You're listening to Haystack Help Radio, and this is Your Money Matters, brought to you by Affordable Interest Mortgage. And you can get a hold of Kurt Rogers, who's sitting right over to my left, at 720-895-0500. Or, of course, look him up online at aimortgage.net. Dan Muir in for Scott Watley. We'll be right back.
Are you buying your first home? Or are you right-sizing or downsizing for lower maintenance or a lock-and-leave lifestyle? This is Pamela Meyer of Denver Home Navigators with Keller Williams. I can help you discover and reach those goals. This is more than just real estate. It's about your life and your dreams. Call me today for your free consultation at 303-506-0106. At Denver Home Navigators, we help map your course. It's all about you. Call me now at 303-506-0106 or visit my website at denverhomenavigators.com. I'm Pamela Meyer, the exclusive agent for Haystack Help Radio, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
Now is a great time to get your furnace inspected. Littleton Heating and Air Conditioning is proud of their 45 years of HVAC service to Littleton, Highlands Ranch, and Denver metro area. Littleton Heating and Air Conditioning is your Lennox and Carrier expert heating and air conditioning contractor. They are proud to offer the finest heating, air conditioning, and indoor air quality products with prompt and professional customer service and satisfaction. Call today and mention Haystack Help Radio and save $25 off any repairs or $100 off your furnace installation. Call 303-798-3880. That's 303-798-3880 for your appointment today. Littleton Heating and Air, A-plus members of the Better Business Bureau and official Haystack Help registered company.
Did you know that each and every day, 21 United States veterans commit suicide? Last year, active duty suicides surpassed the number of combat deaths. When soldiers come home, it is a huge adjustment, and they're often plagued with disabilities, such as immobility, PTSD, or a traumatic brain injury. You can help by donating to Freedom Service Dogs. This nonprofit rescues dogs from local shelters and trains them to become service dogs for these heroes. Help give back to those who have given so much. Donate now at freedomservicedogs.org.
This is Scott Watley from my friends at Rampart Firearms in Sedalia. This is a great store, family owned and operated. They buy, sell, trade, and consign firearms. You will find a great selection of new and pre-owned handguns, shotguns, and rifles. If you can't find the gun you want, Rampart Firearms will special order your gun at no extra cost. Found a gun on the internet? Rampart Firearms will do one firearm transfer and the background check for only $10 if you mention Sportsman of Colorado. Rampart Firearms, 720-468-0050. That's 720-468-0050. Located at Highway 67 in Santa Fe in Sedalia. Rampart Firearms open 7 days a week. 720-468-0050.
Don't fall for gimmick ads when choosing your insurance coverage. Group Insurance Analyst has been Colorado's insurance superstore since 1984, where customers can compare and shop for all of their insurance needs. At GIA Insurance, their brokers have no allegiance to any particular health, auto, or home insurance company. Take advantage of their experience, expertise, and exceptional client service. For your free quote, call today at 303-423-0162. That's 303-423-0162. Visit their website, e-gia.com, or stop by their office at 44th and Garrison Street in Wheat Ridge. Group Insurance Analyst is an official Haystack Help registered company.
Got a question for the station? Email info@crawfordbroadcasting.com. Now back to Haystack Help Radio.
And welcome back, everybody, to Haystack Help Radio. Dan, you are in for the on assignment Scott Watley, and along with me is Kurt Rogers, and this is an edition of Your Money Matters, brought to you by Affordable Interest Mortgage and Kurt Rogers. And we're talking with our guest this hour, Tony Spurlock, Sheriff Tony Spurlock of Douglas County. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, at the beginning of the show, you were talking about some of the different things you and Dave Weaver put together, some different community programs and stuff like that. Can you kind of pick a couple of them that you're working with right now that are beneficial to the community?
Sure. One of the things that we do that's kind of beneficial to the community is that we have a community relations unit that is very helpful. So it kind of encompasses all of the community programs, but inside of that, or at least close to that unit, we have our school resource officer program and our YES program, which is really the conversion of DARE. teaching young people about anti-bullying and teen suicide, those types of things. There's a drug component in that as well. But those kinds of programs, and we work unilaterally with the other municipalities on those and teaching all the kids. We have 85,000 kids in Douglas County School District. Very big school district.
It's the number 3 in the state.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a lot of little people to get into teach those kids. So we have those kind of problems, but we also programs. We have a lot of other just really neat things that we do in our traffic unit, where we work together with all the other ones. And Dan always gets nervous when we talk about traffic.
Always. I'm very nervous right now.
To shrink up over here.
Yes. But we do a lot of programs that are kind of like compliance to law issues, and we work with the schools and the young people and the driving courses to say, hey, how can we help you teach these kids to drive better? One of the neatest things that we've been able to finish here just recently is the opening of our Emergency Vehicle Operations Center, which is a driving track at our training academy that provides us the opportunity to have a public-private partnership. So law enforcement can learn to drive, and as I said earlier, it's very dangerous to drive in law enforcement. We drive at high speeds and at different times of night, and the cockpit's full of all kinds of moving things. But we also want to teach these young kids how to do accident avoidance and to drive in a situation that they may not be able to get except for in real life. So this driving facility, which was a great partnership, we were able to build it big enough to where we can have private industry come out there, like driving training companies, and teach the kids to drive the cars that I have some guys that are doing some development on them, where remotely we spray soap on the tires inside the car and makes the car slide one way or the other, and we can lock up a particular brake, which makes the car spin out out of control.
So you can put them in a dangerous situation.
Hold
you can't play Dan.
Yes, no, I was going to say you need an influential person of the media to go out and try this.
There we go. See, I
really do.
And
I've got to go try this. This sounds great.
There we go. Well, I'm going to invite you out there to that because it is wonderful. I'd like to do a radio show while he's in the car, okay, as it's spinning in circles.
We could get that. We could get that recorded. That'd be fun.
But what a great time to do it in the middle of summer when kids are not in school and it's not snowy outside. Like you said, January 5 is going to be an ugly day because we have a beautiful day in Douglas County right now. But let's teach these kids to drive in August for January 5.
Well, and
that's great.
To me, that's I wish that would have happened to me, because when I learned to drive, it was on the streets of Florida with a bunch of other teenage boys driving the same way, which was not safe for anybody. To be able to go out and understand how the car is going to react in certain situations and not be afraid of hitting something,
right?
I would have definitely wanted to do
And out
that.
there's nothing to hit except for cones. It's a huge pad, and you can run over the cones, and then we go set the cones back up again, and you get right back in the car and start moving. So that's a program that we're very proud of, and we're very happy that we were able to do that. And it just opened up. July 17th was our grand opening. We had a lot of folks out there from some private sector doing some car shows and things like that, just to kind of get the feel going.
How would somebody, if they were interested in that, contact you?
Contact the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. They'd want to ask for Chief Deputy Tim Moore, 303-660-7505. And he can then talk to you. He's he's a deputy chief that's managing that.
Okay, what was that number again?
303-660-7505.
7505, and it's
Tim
Deputy Moore.
Yeah, Chief Deputy Tim Moore.
Chief.
And we are looking for folks that we can help and that we can partnership again even further about this, because those are the kids are really the future. And we talk about other senior programs. There's two spectrums around the regular people, I call them. You have the youth, 85,000 of them in school, and then we have a fastly growing senior population.
Yes.
And we want to find ways to serve both of those. And then in the middle is the folks that are working, that get on the road and drive to wherever and make the money and come back and take care of the senior folks or the young people. And we have some great senior programs. in our community relations program, 2 people assigned to it full time. They go out and meet with seniors in a lot of different locations, talk to them about fraud, how to protect themselves from fraud attacks. We have a program where we talk to them about how to, use your iPhone and how not to let your iPhone get compromised, or your computer. And we just do a number of wonderful things for the senior programs, and they invite us into their community homes or community groups. And we talk to them about a lot of things, how to protect themselves, not only from a financial impact, but just to be careful, because that's a trusting generation. That's a generation that's going away, and they trusted everyone, and so bad people are taking advantage of them.
Well, being close to being a senior, not as much as Scott is, because he's much older than I am. I'm not quite as I don't pick up quite as fast on the technology out there and ways for people to get to me. So because I'm in the industry, I'm able to kind of pay attention to some things. But I have a lot of friends that aren't. My mother-in-law, for example. So we always tell her different little things to pay attention to.
Sure. So
she doesn't get caught, because, like you said, she's very trusting.
Yes. And so when you can reach out to those 2 groups of people, which are 2/3 of the population of Douglas County, the other falls in play. And it really does. And it's a wonderful development of relationship with the private centers and the public entities. We work very close with the school and the school board on ways to protect the kids. But we also, on the other side of that, we're working with a lot of the senior development homes in Douglas County to say, how can we be a part of your education programs? We don't want to interfere, but what can we do to help you? Those are some of the things that I think are wonderful. It makes it fun to go to work. The key is to find deputy sheriffs that like to work in that area, and they love it. And so I have a pile of deputies that love to work in the SRO and the S program and our school marshal program. Equally amount of number of deputies that love to work with seniors and love to work in that environment and help them. And then I have that other group that just, again, does the work of the regular people. Finding that balance is success, and I think that's what we've done. Here at the Douglas County Sheriff's Office in the county, we have those great partnerships with the municipalities, and they are like-minded as well. And so we try to work together on how we can help each other in these areas, and it makes a community wonderful to live in. It makes a problem for the growth in Douglas County. It's great for fellows like yourself because you get to provide a lot of services to the community. And I talked to some friends that are realtors. They're busy.
Yeah, we're quite busy. One of the things I like, especially the neighborhood I live in, is we have some police officers who live there, and to get to know them on a one-to-one when they're walking around in sandals and shorts and some of the things they do. It's now I know that where I can go to quicker and what they're kind of going through. I don't look at them as almost like somebody in the military in a uniform, even though you are. Right. That I don't have to be intimidated by you. You're just like me, but you're here to protect me.
Right.
And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. One of the things I was going to tell you that we did, which was kind of fun, and I want to give them a shameless plug, was Starbucks did a great thing in King Soopers. They invited us into all of their stores that have the King Soopers and the Starbucks store inside there. Yeah. And we had a bunch of our young officers work with them, and they did a Frappuccino with the fuzz. Is what it was called, yeah. And so we were able to get kids to come in, and really it was an anti-theft program. To say, when you get out of school, you come into King Soopers, don't steal from us. Come in and have a Frappuccino. And the store is here to help your community grow and thrive. And so we had an opportunity to talk to kids and say, hey, you come here. But then the benefit was I had deputy sheriffs there that were saying, yeah, talk to us. It's okay. We'll talk to you about anything. And they got these little coupons, and they got a Frappuccino for free, and kids love Frappuccinos. I really don't like it when 10 of them come in there and I want to get my tea and I'm number 11.
Yeah, right.
You're
exactly.
going to take a while.
Yeah.
But that was a great partnership program that was fun, and the cops love to do it because they get to talk to the kids, and so it was kind of a neat thing.
Now, that's a really, really cool thing. Okay, that voice you're hearing is the sheriff of Douglas County Tony Spurlock, and you're listening to Your Money Matters with the owner of Affordable Interest Mortgage, Mr. Kurt Rogers. And if you'd like to get a hold of Kurt to talk about your mortgage needs, 720-895-0500, or you can find him online at aimortgage.net. I am Dan Muir in for Scott Watley, and we'll be right back.
Okay, turn here. Well, watch it. During the moment when you're in a serious car accident, you aren't thinking about who's at fault.
Oh no, what if I never hear my kids laugh again?
You're not thinking about hospital bills or insurance claims.
What if I never hear my husband say I love you again?
I changed your oil. And you're not thinking about police reports or who your lawyer should be.
I never thought this would happen to me.
In the split second when you're in a car accident, you're thinking about the most important things in life. When you've been in an accident, call Kevin Flesh of Flesh Law at 303-806-8886. Kevin will help you determine who's at fault, what to say to the insurance company, and who will help pay for your hospital bills, so you can get back to thinking about the important things. That's Kevin Flesh of Flesh Law at 303-806-8886.
Affordable Interest Mortgage still has rates in the mid-threes. Do that upgrade that you've been putting off, or pay off that high interest rate debt, or just get ready for the holidays. Purchase your next home with only 2% down and no mortgage insurance. Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. We all know rates are going to go up, so why keep putting it off when you can borrow money in the threes? Do you know paying mortgage insurance is like adding 1.5% to your current rate without the tax deduction? Why? Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Call now and find out how to pay off your home faster, save over $100,000 in excess interest that you get to keep, all without changing one penny of your spending habits. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. VA loans to 100% with cash out in the low threes. We've been serving Colorado since 2001. Where it's all about you is not just our motto, it's who we are. Get the respect you deserve. Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. NMLS 298191, regulated by DORA, equal credit lender.
Hi, this is Scott Watley. Let me tell you what I love about Stack Optical. They are truly one of the last optician-owned, family-owned optical stores. At Stack Optical, you can be confident you'll receive personal attention. For over 50 years, Alan Stack has shown he really cares about making his customers happy. Stack Optical also has a beautiful new location at 2233 South Monaco Parkway in Denver. Free and easy up-close parking. Stack Optical has an on-site eyeglass production lab. Whether you need office eyewear or a new set of shooting or golf glasses, Stack Optical has the solution with the Stack Sport Pack. Give them a call today and ask for their $69 eye exam, 303-321-1578. That's 303-321-1578. Your eyes and vision are one of the most important things in life. I'm confident at Stack Optical, you'll see the difference. That's 303-321-1578, stackoptical.com.
If you're looking for great deals on outdoor equipment and clothing, we've got you covered. Hi, this is Bill Paddock, owner of the Outdoorsman's Attic, your outdoor gear consignment headquarters. You'll save 20, 30, 40, even 50% on previously owned outdoor gear for the fisherman, hunter, and camper. We also sell live bait, firearms, and ammo. If you're doing a little spring cleaning, bring in your gear to the Outdoorsman's Attic. We'll sell it for you and put cash in your pocket. You can also pick up your hunting and fishing licenses right here at the store. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor gear needs is the Outdoorsman's Attic, located at 2650 West Hampton Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. 303-781-3626. That's 303-781-3626. Or visit us online at outdoorsmansattic.com. Mention Sportsman's of Colorado and receive 20% off all your outdoor clothing.
Len Lyle Chevrolet is having its year-end clearance sale on all new 2017 Chevrolets. Other Chevy dealers are offering 20% off. We're going to top that. We're offering 30% off on new Chevrolets. Len Lyle Chevrolet, I-225 in East Colfax, or on the web at lenlylechevy.com.
Rush to Reason with John Rush. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on KLZ 560.
And welcome back, everybody, to Haystack Help Radio. This is Your Money Matters with Kurt Rogers with Affordable Interest Mortgage. I am Dan Muir, co-host of Rush to Reason. Don't forget to catch John and I this afternoon at 3 p.m. right here on KLZ 560. Our guest is Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock. And, Kurt, you have a final question.
Yeah, I don't think the crime is speeders, but I wanted to find out, because you'd win that one, Dan, but I want to find out from Tony, what crime seems to be rising more than some of the other ones in Douglas County?
Well, I will say when Dan's out of the county, it's not traffic.
We're safe.
We're safe. It really is property crime. It's auto theft and burglaries, the two biggest emerging crimes that we have in Douglas County. A lot of it is because people feel safe in Douglas County. It's fun to live there, and of course we are economically sound in the county. So the gangsters and criminals will come down there. We forget to lock our cars, and if you leave your car unlocked, they're going to get it. If you leave valuables in the car, they're going to get them, and then that lends into financial crimes and identity theft and a number of things. If you don't close your garage door, they're going to go in there and take that expensive $1,000 bike that you enjoy, or your
golf
tools,
clubs,
or your golf clubs. Yeah, golf clubs are big.
And there's really no way to spot who's coming in, is there?
No, and one of the things I like to tell everybody, this is what they do. They drive around at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's 4 or 5 of them in a car. One's driving a car, the other 3 are walking along, and they're checking doors, and they're just shucking stuff that they want to steal in that other car that's moving. If they get an opportunity to steal a car, they will. They'll take the car, and then that car moves. That car goes on, and it goes back up into the metro area to commit other criminal behavior. And once they get all the guys that there's nobody else to get in the car, they drive with all the loot. They arrive at some destination that's known to them, and a number of victims in Douglas County have fallen to that. So that's the scary part. But, if you have your cars locked and you have your garage door down, they'll pass your house.
It doesn't happen necessarily at 1 or 2 in the morning. In our neighborhood, because we have the neighborhood watch thing going on, and it gets posted all the time, it happens a lot of the time during the daytime because somebody will leave their garage because they're walking here or they're doing that. And then all of a sudden, they're missing something, and they don't realize it for a couple days.
Oh, daytime is prime as well, too, because there's so many people moving around. You
That's
just
right.
blend in.
Yeah.
And you can hop out of a car, and they do it. They'll hop out of the car. The other thing is taking packages off of your doorstep. You should have someone pick those up.
Amazon or whatever, for UPS.
Yes, you should pick those up. And we've got that impact unit works on that. What I really need is I need the citizens to help us with that. I need you to lock your doors, close your garage, and if you see a suspicious vehicle that's not supposed to be there, you don't think it's right, call us, and we'll come.
Yeah, and we've actually seen that because you know who my neighbor is.
Yes, I do.
He'll call me every now and then and say, "Okay, Kirk, go shut your garage." After all these years, Kirk,
really
go
good.
shut your garage.
I owe him a thank you that keep you from being a victim.
Sheriff Spurlock, thank you so much for joining us today on Haystack Help Radio, and we appreciate all of your work and everything you're doing down there.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Okay, Kurt, you had a couple of things you need to wrap up with, sir.
Well, yeah, I wanted to remind folks that if, with the home values increasing the way they are, a lot of folks are starting to take advantage of refinancing their home to do that home improvement or to pay off that high interest rate debt. Because where can you get a loan that's tax deductible around 4%?
You're not.
And when you do that, you're going to increase you're upgrading the value of your home at the same time. So if you spend $20,000 or $30,000 for a little upgrade like a basement finish, you're going to raise the value $10,000 to $15,000 anyhow. So it's a great idea to do that now. And then a lot of other folks are starting to take advantage of that all-in-one loan that John has. Where
the asset manager loan?
Asset manager to where...
As a matter of fact, I just referred somebody to you from that. For that loan.
I was going to tell you thank you because I got them. They did call.
Oh, you did? Fantastic.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
It's the loan where you can pay off your home in half the time and you don't change one penny of your spending habits. It's not a gimmick. It's not a game. It's real life. It's been going on since 1965. But a lot of people don't understand the power of money and what it can do for you. So if you're interested in either one of those, you can give us a call. And what we've got going on now, we have it's the All About You event, to where if anyone does a loan with us, we are going to give you $300 for a gift card for either Home Depot's, Bed Bath & John. Bed Bath & John.
No, you were right. Yeah, Bed Bath & John.
That's John's.
Exactly.
Or Lowe's. So if you close any loan with us over the next couple months, you will receive a $300 gift card, and then it become in a drawing for $1,000 cash, or 3 nights in Breckenridge, or a 55-inch TV.
Sweet.
So we still offer the rates. We still offer these other programs. It has nothing to do with those. It's just our way of saying thank you for using us, because we have all the different type of loan programs.
No, that's a wonderful deal, Kurt. And
Bed Bath and John.
Bed Bath and John.
I think I'll change the name of
now,
that.
I actually like the idea of 3 days in Breckenridge or 3 nights in Breckenridge. That's a pretty cool.
And it doesn't matter what time of the year you go up there. It's just wonderful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, and you've got to do this real fast disclosure thing.
Yes. We are regulated by the Division of Real Estate, NMLS number 298191, equal credit lender, and our address is 7400 East Arapahoe Road, Suite 109, Centennial, Colorado, 720-895-0500.
All righty, guys. Thank you so much. Dan Muir for Scott Watley. You've been listening to Haystack Help Radio. Join me and John Rush today at 3 o'clock for Rush to Reason. Have a great afternoon.
The views and opinions expressed on KLZ 560 are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Crawford Broadcasting, the station, management, employees, associates, or advertisers. KLZ 560 is a Crawford Broadcasting God and Country station.